Released by Bandai in 1989 for the NES, Monster Party is an extremely unique game. The game itself is your standard action platformer, but its presentation and style are really what set it apart. Monster Party was also, oddly enough, a US exclusive release, despite the images that can be found online of a Japanese prototype version of the game that never ended up seeing the light of day in Japan. The storyline is played out in a really cool opening cutscene and follows our hero Mark, a boy equipped with only a baseball bat, who's recruited by an otherworldly monster, Bert, to help save his homeland from some evil monsters. Your objective is to find the key for each stage, and you'll have to take care of a few bosses before you're allowed to grab all the keys that'll allow you to move on to the next level. Monster Party plays host to quite a few interesting features and gameplay mechanics that separate it from the herd of other action games on the NES. First and foremost is the combat, which is done primarily by swinging Mark's bat at enemies. What makes this interesting is that Mark can use his bat to deflect enemy projectiles back at them. It can take some practice to get the timing down as far as batting them back goes, but once you do, it makes a lot of the enemies a heck of a lot easier to take down. Speaking of the bosses, you'll run into an average of 3 per level that must be defeated in order to move on to the next one. You'll have to check each and every door you come across in order to make sure that you've got them all, but the good news is that they always reside in the same ones, so once you memorize their locations, playing through the game will take a lot less time. You'll also pick up mystery items in the form of question marks that can end up being anything from a health item, a transformation pill, or even just something that increases your total score. Part of what makes Monster Party stand out above most other games on the NES is its really weird style. It was also one of the earlier games that I can remember with a lot of blood and horror style effects in a lot of the levels and characters. Each stage looks completely different from the last one, and most of the time have their own unique enemies. The design of the bad guys in the game is really cool to look at, and some of them are fantastic. I love the fish guy that runs around on human legs in the second level, the dog with human heads, and of course the fish with the shark fin strapped to its back in level 5. You'll run into all kinds of unique environments throughout the game, including a sewer level, a cave, a really awesome haunted house where the furniture even attacks you, and even the last level where Mark fights the bad guys way up in the sky. The bosses in Monster Party are hilarious and all have their own personalities. There are really just too damn many really cool ones to point out individually, and each has a phrase that they'll yell out before the battle starts. The one that always stuck out for me personally was the tempura bosses on stage 2 that consists of a shrimp, an onion ring, and a kebab. How do you even come up with this stuff? Another really cool encounter that's worth mentioning are the zombie dancers later in the game. They basically just ask you to watch them do their thing. Here, check it out. Monster Party is really strong in the sound department. All the effects sound great, and every bit of music in the game is memorable and well made. The transformation sound is also really neat, but I've never been a huge fan of when games have that whole alarm-type warning thing, like when Mark's transformation is about to wear off. I mean, I see him flashing, I get it, it's about to wear off. Why make the player listen to an aggravating beep over and over again? The game controls pretty well, and I can't say that I have any major complaints as far as that department goes. It sticks to the basics here, and that's not a bad thing. B is attack and A is jump, just like you would expect it to be. It feels comfortable to play, though a turbo controller isn't a bad thing to have around for a lot of the boss fights when you end up just swinging for the fences. The same goes for controlling Bert. B is used to shoot the laser beam, and flying is done by tapping the A button over and over again. Sometimes it does feel like you get hit a lot in Monster Party, but thankfully Mark has a pretty gigantic life bar to hold him over. When you die, you can either go back and start again from the beginning of the stage you died on, or utilize the game's password system if you want to come back to it later. Luckily, the passwords aren't overly convoluted and won't take you 15 minutes to enter in. Monster Party is a pretty kick-ass game that every fan of the NES should own. If you haven't played this one yet, do yourself a favor and grab a copy. It's one of those games that's timeless and charming, no matter how many years it's been since it was released. It really does stand on its own in the massive sea of NES games, and is worth picking up for anyone who enjoys funny, quirky games, or just really wants a fun action game to play through. It shouldn't run you more than a few bucks if you take a look for it online, and if you're anything like me, it'll end up becoming one of your favorite NES games of all time. Check this one out. As always, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing. Until next time, stay classic.